Today we are going to talk about the information systems. So let's see what is information systems and how we can use information systems for our day-to-day work. Alright, so first of all we need to learn what is data. So you have an idea about what is data. So data is a collection of raw, unorganized facts and details like text, observations, figures, symbols, and descriptions of things. So let me give you an example. So here they have mentioned marks of the students. So if we take it like this, so we have Amal here, Amal, and we have Bimal here and Chamal. So for the subject 1 and subject 2 and subject 3, we have a list of marks. So subject 1 Amal has scored 10, subject 2 8, and subject 4 3 5, and Bimal has scored 9 marks for the subject 1, 7 marks for the 2, and for the third one 10, and Chamal has scored 10 for each. So here it doesn't make sense. You can't calculate the first one who got the rank, and we can't calculate the best student here. No clue. So what you can do is you can calculate the total. So before calculating the total, it doesn't make any sense. So this data set is a practical example for data. It's a practical example for data. So then we'll see what is information is. Information is the processed, organized and structured data. It's processed, organized and structured. It provides context for data and enables decision making. So the decision I need to make is I need to pick the best student here according to this mark. So in that case I need to calculate the total first. So 10, 18, here 23, 9, 7, 10, it's 27, and here it's 30. So according to the total, the Chamal is the best one. Chamal is the best one. So here total is an information. It's organized, there's a structure, and there's a fundamental about how we have calculate the total. So if we go to the information, you know about those things. And marks on ascending order. So here then we can make the total according to the ascending order. So the ascending means from the smallest one to the largest one. So here Amal has scored the least marks, and Bimal second one, and Chamal is the third one. So ascending order, Amal's marks, Bimal's is greater than Amal's, Chamal's is greater than Bimal's. So here he's got the first place according to the marks, he's the second place, and he's the third place. Hope you got the idea. So here is a graphical representation. Data is gonna process and we have the output as the information. Let's move on. Information is organized or classified data which has some meaningful values for the receiver. So think about the class teacher. The class teacher or the principal can segregate or recognize the students according to their total marks. So he can issue the report. And information is processed data on which decisions and actions are based. For the decision to be meaningful, the processed data must qualify for the following characteristics. So sometimes we have outdated data. So think we need to evaluate the GDP of the Sri Lanka. So if they have done the last survey in 1980, will it be valid for today? No, it's not valid for today. And think about, you need to know how many students are in the schools of Sri Lanka today. So the last time they have surveyed was 2019. and here now we are in 2025, almost 6 years past. So if we take this data set from the 2019, it's not valid. It's not valid. So the information should be available when required. Information should be available when required, and it should be valid, and it should be accurate. Information should be accurate, and it should have complete things. The information should be complete. So we'll discuss about them later. Then we have to learn about the information systems. First, the characteristics of information, and uh, how they are valid, timely, and how its accuracy. So for this one, let's get help from the Copilot. So let me give a query. So let me zoom out. All right. So can you give a practical example of how information should be timely, accuracy, and complete? Okay, let's see what is the example it's going. All right, so here you can discover more. Timely information. In stock trading platform, investors need real-time updates on stock prices. So if they are going to provide information from 5 years back, it's not valid, because you can't make any decisions based on that information. If the information is delayed, they may miss critical opportunities or face loss. So think you are going to conduct an operation. So you are monitoring the patient, but the information, the reports the patient have got was 2-3 years old. So his heartbeat, his blood levels, it's incorrect. So you can't do operation based on those facts. You should need real-time data. Accurate information. When a doctor prescribes medication, the patient's medical record must accurate, reflect their allergies, existing conditions, and current medications. Even a small error could lead to harmful consequence for the patient. Obvious. Complete. Here, a business manager preparing an annual report needs a comprehensive data on sales, expenses, and customer feedback. Otherwise, missing parts will not make a complete report. That's why. So here you have some practical examples of how these 3 points important, right? Then hope you got the point. Information system. So this is a new one for you. This is a new thing. Information system is a system that gathers data and disseminate information with sole purpose of providing information to its users. So it means information system. So there's a framework. So it will gather data and it will process data, and what it will do? It will then provide the information, provide the process information to the users. So that's the idea behind information system. The main object of an information system is to provide information to its users. Information systems vary according to the type of users who use the system. Let's see. Information system. Information system, an integrated set of components for collecting, storing, and processing data. Input, process, output, right? So here it's collecting data, storing data, and processing data for providing information, knowledge, and digital products. So what 3 inputs? Sorry, input is the data, and it will collect data, it will store data and process, and 3 outputs: providing information, knowledge, and creating and digital points, digital products. A system which transfer data into information. That's the simplest idea behind the definition of the information system. And here, to make a information system, components of information system, we should have first the most important one, the people or the liveware, and we should have software, hardware, computers, and we should have networks to pass the data, and most importantly we should have a database or data to work with. Data is the fuel, input. Components of information system. Again, people resources, software resources, hardware resources, network resources, and data resources. Input data, process data, output data. And there's a system to control the systems also, right? Then there's a storage part. So you can refer more graphics on the internet. Management information system. So this is a type. Management information system is a type of information system used in business and commerce to improve the productivity of workers and management. So if the managers are using this to manage something, it's called management information system. No fancy thing. Then here MIS. So in your workplace you maybe have heard about this MIS. So please send me an MIS about this retail customers. Please send me a MIS about the sales of this branch. So likewise, sometimes you need to prepare the MIS reports. So here management information system. So how you can get the MIS? Through the system. Banks, financial organizations, hospitals, educational institutes, they are maintaining MIS system. So each day they are going to update the system. So then you can mostly download the CSV format, Excel format. Management information system. A management information system is an information system that evaluates, analyzes, and processes an organization's data to produce meaningful and useful information based on which the management can take right decisions to ensure further growth of the organization based on that information. Components of MIS. Here again same like IS: people, business process, data, hardware, software. So this is a new term, business process. It means, imagine, so you are working for a bank and there's a type of accounts called dormant account. Dormant account. So dormant accounts means it's not operating accounts. So if you don't deposit or withdraw from an account for at least 2 years, it's going to block and it's going to mark as dormant. Then you should go again and reactivate it. You should deposit and you should provide some documents and reactivate it. So in the MIS report, if the manager takes a MIS report for the savings account, so you have some product. So imagine you are the manager of BOC and you have this Run Kakulu account. You are the manager and you are going to request the Run Kakulu accounts MIS from 2022 to 2025. Then there you have active accounts and dormant accounts. Then you can assign your customer service officer or a teller or a bank assistant to call to the customers who own these dormant accounts and tell them to reactivate it. Right? So that's a practical scenario. So imagine you are running a textile shop. So imagine Lakshani is running a textile shop and she's the manager. So then they are maintaining a system, MIS, to collect customer feedback. Then here they have a column to indicate whether it's a positive feedback or a negative feedback. So she will ask her assistant to sort the negative feedbacks and call the customers and ask what was their experience, and then they can improve their service, right? Practical things. Okay, hope you got the idea. And all components of this system should work together to achieve the business objective. So according to this bank example, what is the objective? It needs more active accounts, and here in textile example, they need positive customer experience. They should make their customers happy. Components of MIS. Here again, people, the users, qualified professionals, accountants, human resources managers, business procedures, Best practices that guide the users and all components on how to work efficiently. Business procedures are developed by the people, users, consultants. So here, what about this one? Business process, business process in the sense, what is the criteria to mark account as dormant? And here, according to the textile example, how you mark a customer feedback as a negative one. So imagine you have these smiley faces and negative faces there. So smiley one, negative one, a neutral one, and what, angry one, right? Angry one. So you have four buttons, and when a customer press one of these buttons, they are going to update. This one is fine, one mark, and sorry, this is positive, this is negative, this is no option, this is angry, likewise, right? So this is the process. So what is the process of evaluating the customer satisfaction? This is the process. And when you call some call centers, they are going to ask you, please remain on the line and please give a feedback. So you can tell or press the button on your mobile phone to vote them. Otherwise, if you take the Google, you can give Google reviews. Likewise, components of MIS data, obviously, hardware, it's there, and software, critical one, and mostly they are using application software here. Online payment system, hotel booking system, tour guide system, online ticketing system. Here two programs run on the hardware. You know these things: software, operating system, and system softwares, operating systems, and device drivers, and application software. And then types of OS, IS continued. Information retrieval system, question answering system, database system, management information system, and decision support system, DSS. Functional elements of IS, yes. Perception, initial entry of data, whether captured or generated into organization. And recording, physical capture of data. Processing, transmission, so how the information passed from one user to the other user in the system. Storage, how to uh, save them. Retrieval, presentation, and decision making, how the information is used in decision making process. Here a graphical representation again. Operation, support system, and management information system, two different systems. So this is used to manage decision making, and this is used to support the business operations. So think about a POS system in a supermarket. So the owner can daily balance the system and check whether he has profit or loss. So here specialized processing system, transaction processing system. Think about the bank system, process control system. So think about a system in a factory. So it will control the processes. Enterprise collaboration system, team and group work collaboration. So think about your Gmail application, think about a workflow system in a bank. And here expert systems, expert advice to decision making. So here all these systems are connected with experts, knowledge management system, strategic information system, functional business system. So you can refer more details on the internet. And recognizing IS, right? So recognizing IS. So as a business professional, we should be able to recognize the fundamental components of IS: people, hardware, software, likewise, and the types of information products they produce, the way they perform input, process, output. And nowadays we live in information age, and the focus on information and technology has profoundly affected the nature of society and the world of work. More information is accessible to all people in our society. It's true. Business are seeking employees who are proficient in information retrieval, analysis, and communication. So if you are looking for a job, it's a good point for you. How a person receives information. So this is how a normal human receives information, mostly through visual insight, and orally to hearing, tactically through touch, and olfactory to smell, and gustatorily through taste. You can taste it. So it's about the five senses, right? Various sphere of information in society. Economic sphere. Information is used daily to influence behavior. So here about the oil prices. Political sphere. Behavior of citizens. Voting, government response. Education sector. Teaching, learning and research. In health sector. Care about drug and other things. In military and security. War, fighting and protection. Likewise, we are going to use these things. Then, and constraints of information system. That a computerized MIS can solve all problems, it's not possible. So it doesn't have a human aspect. So sometimes it will generate erroneous results. Developed without streamlining the TPS. So we'll see what is TPS is. It is convinced as data processing and not as information system. And also MIS does not give perfect information to all users, because depending on the user's capability it differs. Lack of administrative discipline in following standardized systems and procedures. Wrong coding can result in incomplete and incorrect information. So think you are working in a bank and you open two accounts for the same NIC. So the information in the system is incorrect. So you can't solely rely. MIS does not provide information needed by managers, but what the function calls for, because the managers need more descriptive answers, but you can't get those things using the information system. Does not meet critical and key factors such as respond to query on database, etc. You can't ask custom questions, and again another limitation, can't replace human managers decision making. Quality of output is not guaranteed. It cannot provide tailor-made answers. It's not flexible. Sometimes it internally contains quantitative data. Less useful in making non-programmed decisions because it's not flexible. Less effective in organizations where information is not being shared with others. So think about some confidential data. You can't update it on MIS. It is less effective due to constant change in top management. So think about the government sector. So if they are going to rapidly change the top management, the people who knows how to work with the MIS will get replaced. So again they should start training. So it's less effective. And sometimes it's time consuming and resource consuming because you should train special staff to work with. So that's about the MIS. So we have learned about the components and what is the difference between data and information, and the main three characteristics of data, and why we need to learn about the MIS, and how each component interact with others, and what are the functional elements of IS applications, and what are the limitations and positive things of MIS.